Hello, everybody. So happy to have you back. As you all know, I'm Sandra Pellida Sandini, the keeper of the inner dragon flame, as well as the galactic shaman. I am extremely excited to be speaking with Matt and Carina today because I've known these guys for a little while now, and Carina and I actually had conversations over a period of time. We spoke weekly and just such a beautiful soul. And when I got to meet her guy, Matt, it enhanced the whole relationship both between her and I, but watching the two of them has been absolutely magical. And I really wanted to bring them in to see into this beautiful space so you could see them and hopefully feel connected like I do to them. These people literally, Matt and Karina, disrupt the talk therapy model to help long-term couples shift deep relational patterns without spending years in analysis. Their work blends nervous system healing, subconscious reprogramming, and pure source energy to bring change at the root. The result is a relationship that feels turned on, spiritually alive, and coming from an open heart where both partners feel safe, seen, and deeply desired.
Hmm.
Matt, an award-winning filmmaker, leads the Awake Men's Group, building emotional literacy, presence, and accountability so men can connect deeply with their purpose and the people they love. Carina, a classically trained cellist who's performed on stages worldwide, channels her musical mastery into sound healing work, uses vibration to harmonize the energetic field and support deep service system regulation. Together, they guide couples through their coaching programs, Relationship Alchemy, and The Soulful Couple, and share their insights as Calmness for Parents Canada and Strong Fitness. And just before they speak, I want to tell you guys that um, even if you choose not to get their gift, get on their email list because their emails are
Oh,
fantastic.
that means a lot
Here's
to hear
Matt and
that.
Karina.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. What a
Yeah.
wonderful welcome. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Sandra. Thank you, everyone, for being here, coming on this ride, leaning into who you really want to be in the world, right? Sandra unlocks these wonderful, mystical, magical worlds. And if there's a place that we've loved unlocking and exploring, it's been relationships. And actually, whether you're a single or in a couple, what we're going to share today is really wonderful for everyone. So, but we would love to know, get your chat open because we love being interactive and we have a first question for
Thank you.
you.
Get your chat fingers ready.
We'd love to know who here is currently single and who here is currently in a relationship. Perfect. And if you're single, are you like, I'm good, not looking for anything? Are you like, maybe a relationship? Lots of married. Wonderful.
Relationship.
Okay, beautiful. Hang on, we lost a little tech here. One second.
Good.
Okay, amazing. Okay,
Oh,
thank
great.
you.
Great. Thanks, everybody. Single maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
happens,
It's complicated is also a relationship status. If
right?
anybody identifies as that,
Yeah,
you can put
perfect.
that in.
Amazing. Okay, so if you could have your relationship feel easier and more fun, if you'd like that, please put a yes in the chat. And if you're at like, it's great, lean in. Maybe it could be even more fun.
Open.
Even
Yeah.
more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful. Who would turn that down, right?
Right.
And who wants to always feel like your partner's on your team? Sometimes when conflict arises, it can feel like you're a two-headed monster. Who wants
Yeah.
more team? Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he wants to know exactly how to do that. But yes, in the chat. Yes, no other
There's no
way.
other way.
Yeah,
Hmm.
imagine. Beautiful. I love it. So imagine if that happened, right? Imagine if you woke up in the morning, that's what you woke up to. You woke up to that warmth in your belly and that wide open heart, and you saw your person either in your mind's eye or maybe in the bed next to you. And you just knew you were heading into an incredible day together, that together you could handle anything that came up. Life's gonna life. And maybe to start it off, he or she's going to bring you your favorite coffee in bed. Maybe you have a little bit of an eye lock and a giggle and a kiss, and you soak in being together as you head into the day. Anyone else thinks that's just the best way to start the day? Yeah, we love it.
So, as Sandra so wonderfully introduced us, I'm Matt,
And I'm Carina.
and we're relationship coaches who help you feel heard and understood and deliciously loved in your relationships. Because you're tired of feeling unappreciated and fighting to be seen and looping in the same old arguments. We teach simple practices and powerful skills to help you align your heart in your mind and your soul so you can finally have the healthy, delicious relationship you deserve with yourself and with your person.
Yeah, I find that especially entrepreneurs and people who are in self-development, like we really know that it all starts with us first. And we believe that it can be wherever you're at in your relationship journey, it can be more easy and fun and delicious. And it can feel like you're figuring life out together. And this is a big one, I think. Tell me if it's as big for men as it is for women, but feeling free to ask for what we want, that we're not going to be too much or that we have to shrink so that we, don't feel like we're too little.
Yeah, I don't think men have that exactly, but I think the fear underneath is the same. That if I ask for what I want, then I'm gonna lose the relationship. I'm gonna be rejected somehow. Yeah. Okay.
Let's have a little shake. This is going to be a very embodied exercise practice.
Yeah, we move our bodies a lot, kind of just to help energy flow and get rid of blocks and sluggish things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we actually, I'm going to share a tiny story from yesterday. One of the things that we've noticed, because we are both partners and we work together, that we find being partners much easier than working together.
We do.
So we've had to really lean into all of our tools. And we had a huge breakthrough over the past couple of days.
Yeah, for the weekend.
We have a bunch of workshops happening, including this one. And we're always refining, we're always fine tuning. And sometimes that energy comes up really hot in the body. And it's been such a pleasure to one of us will just be like, I've got a shake. And we'll just get up or come have a dance party with me. And that freedom has felt
it has. It's
really
felt
beautiful.
really essential rather than just sort of sitting there locked up and resentful and don't get through this.
So much more fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So you're going to share the 3 keys?
Yes. Okay. Right.
Okay, so
yes.
let's give an outline.
Yes. So
you know what you're in for.
Yeah.
So we probably have a taste.
Yeah. So we're going to share 3 keys to have more delicious love in your relationship life. And key number 1 is there is a more delicious way to think about relationships that no one taught you growing up. Nobody certainly taught me growing up. I find it late,
the hard way,
late and hard. So this key is a relationship paradigm shift. That's hard to say, like a one shift to rule them all foundation that will help you trust yourself and each other no matter what is happening.
Bonus points if you put a ring emoji in the chat if you caught that reference.
Or a golem gift. Key number 2, your brain is not a love expert. It thinks it is, and it's convinced you it is, but it's not. Real change cannot happen in a body that feels unsafe. And we'll show you why whatever you've tried we'll show you that whatever you've tried didn't stick and how to listen deeper and uncover the real wisdom hiding in your system. So yeah, we're talking about there's things that you may have tried and they didn't work. They didn't stick. And we'll tell you why.
Yeah. And key number 3 is to think of your relationship as a garden. We're going to talk about how your relationship can become a shared space that you and your partner cultivate, see what I did there, and create together so you both feel seen, heard, and understood. If there is an anthem that people want more of in their relationships, is please, please, can I be more seen, heard, and understood? We're going to make an invitation for you to get more of these wonderful bonuses that we have. There's the free one we're very excited about, and the VIP one that's pretty hot.
Extra, yeah.
It's a bit
Yeah.
spicy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. So hopefully you'll say yes to
Yes.
those.
When I remembered what it was, I was like, oh, still get this. This is cool.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, so together we've helped hundreds of singles and couples find more peace and pleasure in their relationships. It always starts with us. And our relationship right now is amazing. We love it. We use the practices we teach every single day in our own relationship, and it makes things get better and better. But it wasn't always like this. Let's tell you a couple of stories of where we started.
Yeah. So I'm going to share a foundational insight that I had in my relationship journey. And maybe you can relate. I don't think I'm alone in this, that I used to avoid conflict at all costs. Like, who wants to fight? Like, what does it achieve? I'd be nice, which really meant at that time that I'd pretend everything was okay, and I'd
Mm.
stuff down resentments. Maybe you do the same. Anyone feel free to hold up their hand if they do the same.
Conflict
Um,
avoiders.
so I was so good at avoiding conflict, my partner at the time felt dropped.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Because like I thought I was making everything better.
You were trying so
I was
hard.
trying so hard.
Putting down so much.
I was doing work for both of us
Yeah.
in avoiding conflict. But what that actually looked like was that nothing was really getting addressed. And I had this simmering resentment that I wasn't putting words to.
Which I'm sure she could feel.
And she could totally
Yeah.
feel that. But I wasn't naming it. So it was actually this weird way of gaslighting her because there was stuff that was going on for me and I just wasn't talking about, but she could feel it and was like, ah. So I don't know, raise your hand or drop in the chat if you're like, yeah,
Yeah,
I
Sandra
can.
says she can see some of it. Yeah.
And you might be on one or the other side of that thing.
Yeah.
So I remember this one time where she started needling me and just like saying things that she knew would push my buttons. Like there was something up and she was like, she knew exactly sort of how to poke me and push me.
As we do.
As we do. Until she was so good at this that I got so mad and I snapped and it all came out. And she just looked at me and was like, oh, there you are.
Whoa.
Oof. And a lot happened for me in those few seconds, and I decided that I needed to kind of look at that part of me, realizing that it was a disservice in relationships. So I became a student of first my relationship and then relationships in general. And I realized I'd been raised to believe that conflict should be avoided. My dad had taught me that anger was wrong and
like
unnecessary.
actually said.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like it's an emotion that serves no purpose.
I got laughed at when
For
I was
being
angry.
angry?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So it was like shameful to feel angry. Yeah. When conflict was brewing, he would just walk out the room. So in my house, conflict meant not being heard, punishment, criticism, and nothing ever getting resolved, just living in a sort of quiet simmer of toxicity. And it was painful. I didn't know it at the time, but like I carried that tension in my body and in my gut. And I discovered that if you learn how to handle conflict, it can actually bring you closer together. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, what sorcery is this? So I went from quietly seething with resentment and emotionally disappearing to actually speaking up.
You do.
I do speak up.
You do. It's wonderful.
And
I celebrate you in it.
you do.
Which helps.
It does help.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helps remind me that it's okay. And being able to work through conflict and come out the other side with resolution, doing it enough that there's deeper trust and intimacy on the other side. So conflict used to terrify me and make me think the relationship was over. It always felt like the stakes were the end of the relationship. When conflict happens now, not only do I trust that we'll move through it, but I'll discover something valuable about myself or the relationship or you. And it just lets more love in.
It lets more love in.
Yeah, it's wild.
Who knew? Why aren't we teaching this stuff? Oh, wait, we are. Good. I love it. Well, mine isn't conflict averse. I did not grow up in a conflict averse family, but here's what happened for me. I remember this one time coming home from playing a wonderful concert. I used to be a cellist and sitting at the kitchen table, and I was watching my partner trying to connect with me, but it was too late. I just couldn't pretend anymore that we were a couple. And in fact, I was convinced he didn't even like me anymore. And I realized I've always felt like an outsider ever since I was a little kid. I was an only child of an only child. There was no cousins. I was too tall. I was bullied. I was never cool. Always felt like an outsider and never quite knowing how to get the connection that I was really wishing I had. And that followed me into all my adult relationships. When my marriage ended, I made a decision that I was done trying harder. My way of trying was different than yours. My way of trying was to keep asking. I was the needler.
You were the needler.
I was the needler.
Hey, hey, remember me?
And I decided, so I went all in on figuring out my side. I knew it took two to tango, and I knew that the only person I could control was me, and I wanted to know what was happening. And what I found out wasn't just a mindset shift. It wasn't just information. I opened my subconscious to release these stories I'd been carrying, that I was an outsider, that I didn't belong. I could actually feel them moving.
So that meant that you could create places where you did feel you belong, be open to belonging.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Because once you let go of a subconscious story, you don't those subconscious stories, when they're locked in, it feels like there's no other choice. In fact, it just automatically is what you start creating beyond your making sense brain. It felt so much better.
Yeah.
I went from feeling alone and defensive in relationships to feeling open and filled with wonder. And that's when Matt walked in. Back on a hot summer's day in 2019, I thought I was out just for a bit of fun and accidentally fell in love.
Yeah.
And now, 6 years later, I have a kitchen table that I never want to leave. I love you, John. So let's head into the first key. Put a yes if you'd like a little bit of this fun in your relationship. A little more space for belonging, a little bit more letting go of those subconscious stories.
Yeah. Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay.
Okay. So just curious, one more chat question quickly. Can you put a yes if you have felt that anxiety that when conflict comes up, it's probably the end of your relationship? Like, have you felt that desperation when conflict comes up? Just so I know.
Yeah, either that conflict comes up,
Barbara. Okay.
or if I start conflict, if I raise something, there's going to be conflict that's going to break everything.
Okay, so just to confirm, so Jackie and Barbara, because this is fantastic. This is such good information. Thank you. Sorry, we just had a tech thing. No, what did you do, darling?
I didn't do anything.
Oh,
do you want to get the Zoom back?
I do. There it is. Okay.
Yeah.
You feel,
okay, cool.
We would call it in attachment terms, really secure that if something comes up, you know it's going to get resolved. Is that right? Fantastic.
Good.
I'll bet you might have had a girlfriend or two, though, who didn't believe it so much. Or maybe a sister or friend. Yeah. Okay, so you can relate to it. And what I love about what we're going to teach is it can be on the side of if there's things that are not feeling good in your relationship, but it can also, everything we're going to teach can also be on the side of, I would like to amplify the good things. So just feel free to take whatever we're sharing from the lens that your relationship is in. Beautiful. Okay, so let me just reorient. I'm so impressed. That's fantastic,
that is really
Jackie
cool.
And Barbara.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
wonderful.
That's heartwarming.
Okay, so when you think about conflict for yourself or with others, when you can see it out in the world, like Matt was sharing, there's a belief that conflict itself is wrong and bad, and it's something you've been taught. The better model is that conflict is not only natural and normal, it's helpful and needed to get to have growth and expansion in your relationship. Oh, I just have to read what Barbara said. I have encouraged a friend to not resolve the confrontation, as it's obvious that it's an imbalance in the relationship that's not healthy. Yeah. So by resolve, Barbara, I'm interpreting that as like pushing down, ignoring, pretending it's fine, be more positive, things like that, as opposed to actually getting to the root of what's happening. Yeah. Interesting. We'll continue that conversation at the end if there's time. Love it. So the better model is that conflict is natural and normal, and it's a way to be called forward into growth and expansion in your relationship and in yourself. We have a story that relationship is a path to self-development, just like your health, just like money, just like entrepreneurship, these things that we're working on in our lives. We all have our particular favorite flavor of where we like to discover ourselves. And relationship as a path is one of ours.
Yeah.
So let's feel into this in real time. Think of a time when you ignored your upset feelings about somebody or something and pushed down those feelings so that you didn't make a fuss or didn't make someone upset. You wanted to just keep the peace. What did that feel like in your body? What did that feel like in your body? Where, and by feel like, I mean where, and what's the sensation in your stomach when you push yourself down? Make nice, make it fine. Anybody else get a sensation that comes up when you push things down a little bit? Okay, thank you, Sandra. Stomach as well for Jackie. Thank you, Jackie. Okay. All right, shake that off. Here we go. We're going to do the flip. Okay. Barbara had an emotion. Yeah, thank you, Barbara. Okay. Now think of a time when you felt totally free and welcome. They were receptive. They were open. They were saying things like, tell me more, either in words or in their body language, with someone you cared about who really wanted to hear what you had to say. What does that feel like in your body? Oh my gosh, you want to know what I have to say. You're listening to me. You feel seen. Beautiful, Christine. How do you know you feel seen? Where is that in your body? Yeah, in awe, Sandra. Where do you feel that love with your guy when that happens? Ah, Christine, settled completely. So I'm hearing like full body relaxation kind of. Faces. Yeah, I get a lot of feelings in my face.
Yeah, me too.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So right here in your body, you can feel that refusing that conflict, hearkening back, Barbara, to some of what you were sharing, creates conflict in your body. And allowing whatever's come up for you as truth, as facts, as information that you want to share and you feel welcome to share, lets you feel more open and filled with possibility. And this is actually the natural cycle of relationship. So I'm going to let Matt take over and I'm going to attempt the technical feat of sharing a slide. Here we go. Okay, wish me luck.
Drum roll, please. So this was such a relief when when this model was shared with me by
You keep going.
By Terry Real, who's a wonderful kind of legendary family therapist.
Try again. It's all right. Trying again.
And
you keep going.
There we go. And it harkens back to what we were saying before, which is that conflict and rupture is a natural part of the natural cycle of a healthy relationship. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. So in a relationship, we shift from harmony through to rupture, through repair, back to harmony. And this was, again, it was sort of part of what cemented for me the understanding that conflict wasn't bad. It was actually a relief because I'd been so kind of coupled to the idea that of the fantasy that if I was a nice guy, if I avoided fights, if I was sort of did enough around the house, like as a sort of cohabitee and a parent, brought home the bacon, my share of the bacon, that my relationships would be easy, conflict-free, importantly for me, like always sexy forever and ever.
Oh, man.
Amen. Um, but what I know now is that, just like the seasons that we move through in a year, especially in Canada, that not only is rupture and conflict a natural part of a relationship, it's a necessary part, and it's a gift that is showing you what's needed for your next level of connection and freedom in your relationship. And I just want to tie back to something Barbara said, and I think Barbara,
Can I let go of the slide now?
yeah. I think what Barbara was saying about the situation that she had was that she didn't want this couple's situation to be resolved because it meant that her friend would stay in an abusive relationship that she actually was healthier to get out of.
Yeah.
So this isn't this yeah, got it. So this cycle isn't it like staying regardless and put up with rupture and work through rupture regardless. Like you have your own sense of safety and well-being that you need to keep an eye on as well. And some relationships aren't meant to last forever. And you got to pay attention and do the work to see that and leave if that's what's required.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, great. So kind of what we're, especially since we have some securely attached folks in the room, when you can shift from conflict being conflict into, something that's coming up. Okay, well, let's figure this out together. It's a whole different thing. It's showing you that you aren't wrong. Your feelings aren't wrong. Your system is actually showing you what's needed next. Put a yes in the chat if this feels exciting, that you aren't wrong. They aren't wrong. It's exciting to see what else is possible. Put a if you're not sure.
Yeah.
Put a if you're like, not sure. Not sure. Okay, we'll assume that you're in on it. Okay, beautiful. We have a fun little practice. It'll just take a couple of minutes where you can feel this edge of if you're trying to have things be, hang on, I feel like we missed one thing. Nope, it must be coming up. Okay. So so you can feel this like trying to have everything be fine versus welcoming. So sitting or standing, whatever is best for you, I want you for the next 10 seconds to not feel anything. Not feel anything, nothing. To not feel your heart, don't feel warm, don't feel happy, don't feel scared, don't feel anything. Don't feel it. Don't stop. You're feeling something, don't feel anything. Okay.
That was stressful.
Yeah. Anyone else have their entire body have to tighten? You literally have to block everything in order not to feel. It doesn't work anyway. Absolutely right, Barbara. Absolutely, Barbara. So now I invite you to I invite you to stand if you feel like it, but let yourself in your chair if you want, let yourself move. Like, oh, my shoulders want to roll, maybe a stretch. And even though conflict might feel a bit icky or in your body, let yourself be like curious. We call it the adoring scientist. Oh, I've got a little something over here. Oh, my belly's got butterflies. Let yourself move and listen from a place of welcoming. Yeah, I see some smiles. I see some nods. It's a whole different kettle of fish. Isn't that so cute? My adoring scientist is like, honestly, she wants to be my bestie. She thinks everything I do is fascinating and wonderful. And she's always taking notes of like why I did things and what it meant. And like, she's always there to like debrief. Yeah. She's wonderful. All right. That's the first key. Moving on to the second key. Do you want to take some of this?
Yeah, okay. So this, I love how this connects to what we've just done. The problem with feelings is that they're built on an outdated model.
Wait, you have to say what you have to tell them my funny, I have a really funny joke for the title of this.
Key number 2, the feelings and brain stories conspiracy. So add this to the list in this era of conspiracies. Your nervous system wasn't designed for reflection and mindfulness. No, no, no. It was designed for survival, and it's very, very good at it in many areas in our lives, but not every area. It's amazing at predicting where your next threat and danger is coming from or maybe coming
But
from.
this is
Yeah.
huge. It's designed to predict. There's a woman I listened to her amazing podcast. I can't remember Lisa. Anyway, I can get this for your show notes if you want, Sandra. We used to think that our brains were about reacting to the world. They're about predicting what's happening. Okay, keep
Yeah.
going. You're gonna love
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, our brains were built on, millions of years of a lifestyle that is nothing like we've had recently. So it's not very cozy and it's not very delicious. Where's the threat? Where's the danger? Plus, this part of the prediction model is addicted to being right.
Because your brain wants to be right. Oh, see, I predicted that danger. Oh, see, I was right. Oh, see.
I'm working. I'm working. I'm
Yeah.
working. I'm working.
Can I do this one?
Yeah.
Okay. So your brain wants to predict danger. It wants to be right. So the most powerful way to do that is to make you addicted with feelings. So your brain gives you lots of feelings when it's negative, when you're feeling the danger, that wants you to get to the I'm right outcome, and lots of good feelings when you do get the I'm right, even if it's about something that's terrible. Any guesses in the chat for the name of the chemical reward your brain gives you when you're right? It's all over the news right now. It's what all the kids have doing the TikTok. Dopamine.
Dopamine.
Exactly. And the thing with dopamine is it chases its tail. It's not like oxytocin that's like, ah. Dopamine makes you seek and always look again and again and again.
Dopamine. Yes. Thank you, Christine. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it feels so good, that looping reward, and it's really effective, except when you're trying to connect with your partner, then it feels terrible.
Yeah.
And the shift we've named to get out of this brains feelings axis is this: to access working through conflict, discomfort, and brain stories, you need to shift from protection led to connection led.
Okay, just say those words to yourself for a minute. Okay, if looking for where the danger is about being protection led, feel that in your body, and then feel, wait, what if I'm connection led? More oxytocin, more curiosity, more adoring scientist. Put a yes in the chat if you can feel how different this feels in your body. Yeah, I'm seeing some head nods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, big time. Like my whole body just relaxed. Like I'm kind of like a little bit like, oh my God, I love you guys. It feels like a little bit of drugs. It literally is brain drugs. Heart more open. Anybody else have your heart more open too? Curiosity's more alive. Yeah, beautiful. So we have a really fun little game that we love to play that's a lovely, really easy way to get you flipped from the protection led into connection led. And if you've noticed, we keep bringing this back to your body stories, how your body feels, your bodily experience, your embodiment. And we're not going to practice this right now, but let your body be your cue that you've headed into protection mode if you notice yourself getting tight. Okay. So whether you notice your brain, your like stories first or your body first, all roads lead to Rome. And you can use this next little practice as a way to let yourself come in the shift from protection to connection. Okay. So we call it the what if game. The what if game. I'll bet a lot of you, if not you yourself, know people who play the what if game. What if the world is actually going to be a disaster? What if we're going to start World War III? What if the politics, blah, blah, blah? What if there's so many what ifs right now, my brain is scrambled.
Yeah.
What if money? What if health? What if? Okay, so you can also play what if for a good thing. So let's just get some of the bad things out of our system, can you just put in your top 2 what if disaster fears into the chat? Mine are politics and, well, politics affecting the environment, actually.
Right.
Yeah, that they're literally going to blow up the world. Anyone else got some what if? Yeah, nuclear event.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if the world never has summer again because of the nuclear event? Okay, beautiful. Now letting yourself come back into your presence. Feel yourself feeling your core, feeling your chakras, feeling yourself being held with this beautiful skin that's our body. And with an energy of not giving yourself an answer, let it be a what if everything's okay. And I want you to hold it in your imaginary hand, or you can even actually hold your hand out like you're holding an egg or a little bird. Just, there's nothing to do. You're just in the what if. What if everything's going to be okay? You know that there's a million ways it might not be, but what if it's going to work out? What if I'm okay right now? What if this anxiety is okay? What if there's more love to be had? What if miracles are still coming? What if my body can figure out this health issue? What if the love I want is coming to me, wants me to? Yeah. Got really quiet all of a sudden, didn't it? Yeah. Beautiful. What were some of the things? Yeah, it is the quantum.
Well named. Yeah.
It is the
Can't write
quantum.
down.
And the quantum as in the everything. And from there, you can ask to connect to whatever you'd like. Yeah, you can connect to the panic in the quantum or in the peace and possibility in the quantum. It's all there.
Yeah.
It's all there. Beautiful. Yeah, and sometimes I even like to do some of the Tibetan and ancient practices of death practices. It's going to be okay, and we're all going to die. We get to have this one beautiful life, and then we don't know exactly what's going to happen next. So there's some peace, and this takes the pressure off of it. Yeah. Just get to have these experiences. Yeah. Did you want to share a bit about Chris and his how his beliefs were like affecting his relationship?
Yeah, so Chris is a client of ours, and I was working with him. This is really recently actually, and it was such a strong example. He was really upset by his partner continuing to not meet his expectations that he'd been very clear about with her. He had some he wanted her to get he's very organized financially. She's not. He wanted her to get her finances together so they could travel together more. And she would agree to do something and then procrastinate or not follow through. She would get resentful at the pressure that she felt from him and his judgment. And he would feel betrayed that she wasn't following through. Like this was a big issue for him in their relationship. And I was in a session with him, and we discovered that growing up for him, expectations were kind of a love language between him and his parents. So love, for him to receive love, it was very conditional on either meeting his parents' expectations or exceeding their expectations. That's when the love would come. So it was really interesting. So meeting expectations are a requirement for love. That was the belief that he had. So he brought that belief into this adult relationship with his partner. And it was still in place with his parents. Like it's still there with his parents. So that's what they want to talk about with him. That's what they want to know about his life, is like, how are you doing? Like, how's the business going? All that stuff. And it was this incredible double bind. So he was creating expectations for his partner to meet so he could then express his love for her in a way that was familiar to him. And he felt unloved when she didn't meet his expectations.
She didn't want to play his game.
She didn't want to play his game. She didn't want that conditionality to exist in their relationship. But he didn't see it that way until he saw this. And we both had the wonderful experience, which happens in coaching, of like the penny dropping, and he was like, "Oh, got it. I see it with my parents, and I see how I'm creating this dynamic with my partner." And discovering this story, rewiring this story, means that he can recreate his relationship and find new ways to love his partner, find new
Yeah.
ways to express his love and receive love from his partner. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And most people don't realize the extent, one, the extent to which their beliefs are impacting their relationships, and two, that these beliefs can be rewritten.
Yeah. It's something we're so glad that we've learned these techniques that help us listen through source to the subconscious patterns of our clients, and we have really simple, powerful tools to release them so it can be
Yeah.
repatterned
Yeah.
in the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. It's wonderful. Like his relationship landscape has just opened up exponentially now.
So
Yeah,
glad.
it's really cool. Really cool. Okay. So I think
We're going to talk a little bit about the VIP.
yeah. So we're going to talk about the third key in just a minute. And if you're getting how helpful it would be to have a calm nervous system and be able to calm your nervous system down when you're shifting into that rupture stage of the cycle. And maybe you're curious about what some of the subconscious stories your brain might be hooked on are. And you're starting to see how even just these two pieces, these two keys, are huge in affecting how delicious love can feel. Is it like this much, or is it like this much? So our gift as part of the giveaway is our Wise Minds Strong Relationships 4 video series. So if you're done letting overthinking, pressure, or old patterns shape your relationships, these videos are your next step. They'll help you stop letting fear, perfectionism, and pressure quietly run your relationships in the background and run your business in the background, because our businesses are built on relationships too, right? And if you're a VIP, you get special free access to our 1 day event, which we're really excited about. It's called When Love Comes First. It's for couples, it's for individuals who don't just want less conflict, but a different quality of connection in their relationships.
And communication too. This is the confidence we talked about at the very beginning, of knowing the levers, knowing the ways to connect with each other so that you can be a team.
Yeah, and feel seen, heard, and understood, and communicate in a way that your partner feels seen, heard, and understood as well. And if you get the VIP, then it's totally free.
And it's live and in person.
It's live and in person, yeah.
Shifting subconscious beliefs on that call. It's a full day event, and you will come away. If you come with an open heart and your willingness, you can come away with a whole new relationship.
Yeah, I can say again, is that for partners or is that for partners single? Yes, both. Partners,
yes, are absolutely welcome. And you're welcome to come if you are one part of a couple, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
There's actually like 3.
Yeah.
But the cool thing with these communication pieces, we have better relationships with our parents. We have better relationships with our kids. We have better relationships. My landlord's a bit of a handful. And I'm like, I got this.
I got this. I know how to like connect with him in a way that he's not going to like.
Relationships when we really step back.
Yeah,
and look at it.
Yeah, with I don't know how many people here are entrepreneurs, but with clients as well, and those challenging moments with clients, whatever business you're in, or service providers, vendors, like just sort of ways that can like ease the path to reconciliation, figuring something out, deeper
Getting
connection.
creative. Yeah, I love that creative. Yeah. Okay. All right. We've got a book here. We've got the key, which is my favorite. Okay.
Okay. You want to start this one off?
Okay, but you just hang on. What happened?
I don't know what happened.
Okay, hang on.
I'm just going to start. So the third key is that your relationship is a garden. And this is about building a framework and capacity for vulnerable connection as partners doing life together. So thanks again to my parents. My original belief about relationships was was the relationship kind of happened in the space
Mm,
between two people.
mm.
Like there's you, there's me, and we kind of have like a foot in the relationship space in between us.
I think I had that too as an outsider. That
Yeah,
feels like a very masculine model. Like I feel like my true feminine nature sees this bigger piece of the relationship as a garden, but as an outsider, I felt like I would get to be in the garden. I'd get to
yeah,
be in the
yeah.
relationship, but then I would get kicked out of the
Right,
relationship. Yeah.
right, yeah. And with my parents, I kind of sense them like sort of walking around the perimeter and then sometimes like stepping in, and sometimes like stepping out. Sometimes one was in and the other wasn't,
That,
and vice
yeah.
versa. So, but when we shift into the rupture part of the cycle, often what that looks like is we take to our corners. We
Mm.
sort of like step out of the relationship, take to our corners, and it gets very black and white. You're right, I'm wrong, or I'm wrong and you're right, whichever way round it is.
Both
And
ways, yeah.
and I get busy protecting myself. And I'm not taking care of the relationship anymore. I'm just like, I got my own back. That's what I got to do.
Hang on, I'm just
And
going to pause you for
yeah,
1 second. Um, okay, I had a typo in the link. I apologize. I'm glad this one works. Okay,
okay,
great. I
great,
had a
great.
typo. It's
So,
relationships.
okay, okay. We can teach, we can teach it, but we can't spell it. Does that matter?
Well, that's fine.
Yeah, okay. So, welcome to the garden. So a shared space, joint responsibility for how it feels. So when I think about my parents, is they were actually in the garden the whole time. They just didn't realize it. So what happens when you don't tend the garden? It gets overgrown, it gets weed choked, it becomes a space that not only do you not want to spend time in it, you don't want to spend time in it with your other person. And if you leave it long enough, you just look at it and you're like, I don't even know where to begin sorting this out.
If you leave it long enough, the gazebo is going to fall down.
It is gonna fall down. It will fall down. Yes. So that affects both of you.
Mm,
Um, one of the myths about relationship is that you can put it on the back burner.
mm,
Like life gets busy and you can put it on the back burner and it's just gonna be there when you get back to it. Like exactly it's gonna return to it exactly like it was. And it's not going to be exactly like it was if you haven't been paying attention
mm,
to it. So if we choose to think of our relationship as a garden,
mm.
that we're in together, regardless of how far away we are or whether we're in
Yeah,
conflict or not. Like we're in it
we're
together
in it.
and we're standing side by side asking, like, what does our relationship need?
Mm.
What does our garden need
And
right now?
sometimes that's what does one of us need?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so the answer to that might be, well, actually, I need to pay a bit more attention at certain points. Like I'm kind of like
Calling it in.
calling it, phoning it in, or
Mm,
something like that.
mm,
Or maybe, yeah, like I actually need to get really clear on something that's not feeling good, and I need to figure out how to ask for it in a way
mm,
that Karina's gonna listen, and we can have a conversation
mhm,
about it.
mhm.
Maybe there's something I need to like Karina to do differently, and I've got to be brave and ask that in a kind way. So it's us standing side by side, looking, okay, what does the relationship need? What does the garden need? And then tend to it. And garden work gets much easier and quicker when we do it together.
And when you think of the relationship like a garden, you also need some time for imagination and creativity and vision work. You need to have a meetings of that sounds very unsexy, but it's really wonderful to know where you both want to go. It's not fun if he thinks we're going on vacation to Costa Rica and my dream is to go to Paris and it's our one vacation a year and then we're fighting about it. Like that doesn't feel very good. So we actually have something we call our relationship agreements. It's
Mhm.
one of the ways we cultivate the garden is that when something comes up, we make an agreement about it. And it's wonderful because it's a living document. We've had things change. And that's beautiful too. Your relationship is a living document. We get to build and
Yeah.
become the garden we want. And if you're in love with daffodils, it's such a pleasure to have a daffodil patch in the garden,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
the garden's limitless. It can be the size of the planet if you want. You can
Yeah.
have anything you want in it.
And recognizing too that we go through seasons in life. Our relationship goes through seasons. We go through seasons as individuals, chapters, eras, whatever we want to talk
Mhm.
about. And our gardens reflect that. And to be in communication with our relationship as we change,
And
as
our
life
lives
changes.
change. We both have
Yeah.
kids. Mine are mid-teens. His are young adults. I'm post-menopause. Like all of
Yeah.
these cycles, it's very tantric, in fact, to sort of recognize the cycles and the seasons that we're in. There's no judgment on any of them. They all serve the next cycle, and it's another place to be in the adoring
Yeah.
scientist of what's really needed
Yeah.
where we are. Yeah.
And we look at some of the essential things in our work around what what do we need in order to tend the garden. And there's some wonderful listening techniques, communication tools that we have.
They'll be in the deep
They'll
dive.
be in the deep dive, really trustworthy framework for repair, which we've sort of honed through our own experience, like how to really work through a disconnection to more trust and intimacy on the other side. And rituals as well, like creating rituals within relationships and maybe helping people identify things they're already doing, but not perhaps not thinking of as rituals that can give so much back to a relationship. And they become landmarks to connection, especially when you get a bit lost. Like how do we get back? So
So,
yeah.
speaking of rituals, as our last practice together, let's do a little ritual visioning practice
Oh,
that's going to be in service to the garden that you most want, what really lights you up. So, take a minute. Let's do this. We're going to zoom out like, what's it called? Blue sky thinking. Just what do you want it to feel like first? Maybe what heart as wide as the sky or feet as deep rooted in the ground. What do you want that feeling to be in your relationship? A little bit more of that feeling. Beautiful. When you have something, just raise your hand so I know you've pictured it. You're feeling it. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, awesome. Now, imagine a moment in your day or in your week or in your year where you would like a little more of that feeling or a lot more of that feeling. Just picture yourself. When is it something you want every day? You want it all the time. I love it. Yeah. Or is it like a special occasion? We had a client who is thinking about having a baby and they're talking about creating a ritual ceremony to call in a new spirit into their lives. Pick one. Pick one, Christina. She wants it all. You can have it all. And in this moment, you're going to pick a place to start. If there's anything I know, a single tree, the roots connect everywhere. So, what do you want from every snow day, Sandra? To ride your bike.
oh,
Yes. Okay, beautiful. So you've already headed into what would it look like? You know what it would feel like? What would it look like? Do you actually want that bike ride every day? Do you want to save up a couple of days so you can have like a 2 day, like huge adventure? Like picture what? And it's all an experiment. You can do it and then be like, actually, I think there's something I like more. That's totally okay. What would be a ritual you would like to call in?
dance
Yeah,
season. Oh, that's lovely.
beautiful. Okay, so let's go a little deeper on the dance. What would the music be? What music would you choose? Latin. Would you do it, Ole? Would it be in your living room and out in the world with real life partners? Just keeping that beautiful. Okay. Whatever you've pictured, I am going to call you up another layer. Would you take out your phone, please, and open your calendar and actually put in a date? Either if it's really easy and you can just title it Dancing in My Living Room, or if you need to prepare something, you could put a little, I'm going to prepare my next bike ride on 10 a.m. Saturday morning. Actually let yourself bring it home, bring it into reality. We believe very much that our lives are made up of these small moments.
Yeah.
We love to be like, my relationship will be fixed once I go to that 2-week Tantra deep dive next summer.
Yeah.
No, it's 2 minutes every hour. It's 10 minutes in the morning. It's 15 minutes before bed. It's these little reminders, these touchstones that weave together who we're being and becoming all at the same time. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Do we have a nugget or is that it?
I think that's kind of it, really.
Okay. Yeah. Let yourself build what you really want every single day. You deserve it. Don't let your brain convince you that you have to wait. That's another conspiracy theory. You get to have more of how you'd like to feel right now. Your nervous system is infinitely powerful and filled with possibility. You can create it. And the relationships you have in your life are the way you get to feel it together.
Yeah.
It will amplify your experience when we get to do it with others.
And the wise mind, strong relationships gift will help just sort of continue that you get a sense of
relationships.
Well, what?
Well, I spelt it wrong. So
oh, right, yes,
right. It's actually there's secret Greek gods in there.
You get a sense of how we roll, how we teach. So there's 4 wonderful videos for you there. And then if you're in the VIP, again, it's our 1-day deep dive event on all wonderful communication and connection things. Yeah.
All right. We've loved being with you. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you, Sandra. Yeah.
A blast. You're wonderful people.
Yeah.
As usual, you guys, when I first met these guys, I just want to give a just tiny bit of background. Like I said, it was Carina that I had met, and I saw what they were offering back then, and it was the $1 million couple. And these guys are the $1 million couple. When you think about abundance, this relationship right in front of you here is a $1 million relationship. And like, I don't know if you guys can hear the emotion.
Okay.
They are. This is who to aspire to. Take them up on their offers. You guys are magical.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. It's been a pleasure spending this time with you. Thanks for your attention and your presence and playing with us in the chat on screen.
We've loved it. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you.
Thank you so much, you guys. Yeah. What a magical, magical hour. As I mentioned, these guys are just, I use the word again, magical. It can't be an overused word. It truly can't be. We're going to take about a 16-minute break, and then we'll be back to have our next beautiful guest speaker, which I believe is Jackie Mears Johnson, who's in the room right now. Your links are there to catch the gift giveaway, which is Strong Minds, Wise Minds, Strong Relationships. Very, very powerful thing, as well as the VIP link is there to be able to have access to their full day event. Remember, you guys, that this isn't about showing up and having to have a partner with you. This is about you by yourself in relationship with basically anything else out there in the world. It's possibly about a relationship with yourself, a relationship with your business, a relationship with your clients, a relationship with your partner, whatever it is. These guys are magic. Thank you.